Well, hello everyone. We're so thankful to be doing another job. We're blessed and honored to be working for this new homeowner. And today we've been hired to cover the top of the porch, the steps, and the sidewalk. There is some issues that was going on. That's one reason why she's hired us, was because not only are we going to come in here and do such a great, wonderful job for her and add a lot of curb appeal, but we're solving some issues. We've got this busted out so that when we get through, the stone will meet flush with this circular driveway. That's the truck getting ready to mix everything up. Problem is as this kind of goes uphill, see this part right here that we jackhammered? This section of concrete over here on this side right here had raised up, and there was a trip hazard walking that way. Also, one thing that's going on with this, so what we did was we busted that out. Now we got that flush, it was sticking up. And what we're going to do is we're getting ready, when we cover the top of the porch and the steps, this step right here is an odd step. Notice it's a 4.5 inch step up with a 16-inch tread, and every one of them, the rest are 7-11. What we're going to do is we're going to put a pipe here, and we're going to make the sidewalk actually cover this last step, and the sidewalk is just going to continue to go straight on out. Let me walk back here and show this to you. So what's happening is all this is kind of going downhill. If you look at it from right here, here's what I'm talking about. This whole part is going downhill, and it was raised up, and if you're walking this way, it'd be a trip hazard. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay stones. We're going to come out on our sidewalk is going to be this height, and it's going to go like this and have a smooth transition all the way to the actual driveway. We've got a pipe here. Any water gets caught in behind here, and as you can see, this whole thing is dropped and pulled away. Look at this big gap. See what I'm saying? It's huge. So we're going to solve this problem with all this pulled away. Most people would come in here, jackhammered all this out, jackhammered this all out, poured all this back. Well, the problem of doing that, sometimes you can't match the mortar, you can't match the brick, and if you do this, if you had cut this section of concrete out, it would be a different color. So just imagine coming up and all this being different. Well, also, the ironwork when it had dropped, you can see that it pulled this way and broke the face of the brick off. You can see that. That's where see it actually moving. Well, when we get through with it, we're actually going to lay around these bottom pieces, and what's going to happen when we get through with it, it'll be secure. So not only are we going to secure the ironwork in the process, but we're going to have a beautiful curb appeal. She picked overall gray with brown stones, and once this is all said and done and pressure washed and cleaned, it's going to really look really good. And we're kind of coinciding what we're doing with these stones up here, which is overall gray with some browns. And so it's going to be really a wonderful accent. So this is the beginning of the job. Just wanted to show it to you. I didn't get here this morning. Yesterday my son got here and jackhammered this stuff out, put stones in place, and got it ready for us to work this morning. But I wish you could have seen that area right there where it was raised up. So we've got a good solution, and we can help you with any solutions that you may need. We are the problem solver, and we do it with a great curb appeal, enthusiasm, and eager to help everyone who gives us a call. We'll give you a price. If you decide you want to do it, we want to work for you. Please go to my website, go to my contact page, give us a call. Thank you so much. All right, guys, just kind of wanted to show you how we're doing so far. We're in the process of coming down. All this is not even, you can just see kind of how we're laying this. So you hit the light start in there and kind of work your way back. This area right here hasn't been done yet, but it is looking good. So especially after it's all said and done today, we're going to come back another day and pressure wash and clean it all, and that's going to fine tune it, make it look really good. But we just wanted to show you kind of what's going on and how we're doing it. It's going to look magnificent.
Okay guys, here we are. We're all done with this job. And if you remember, what it was we was working with was, we busted out some of the concrete right here so we could take this stone and meet flush with our driveway here, which we did. If you look up through there, man, this thing looks like $1,000,000. We solved a many of issues on this job. Okay, and one of the issues being was this. If you remember on the previous video, this whole area, this used to be a whole nother step right here. But right here, this had raised up, so the sidewalk was flowing back this way and it flowed that way. So right here, water just puddled here. Every time it rained, you couldn't walk in the house without having to jump over a puddle of water or walk in the water and track it in the house. So what we've done here is we eliminated this step that was here. We built our stone on top of it and we just kept it out with a slight fall. So we're pretty thick in here. You know, we're pretty thick all the way till we get back flush right in here. That's how come we got the pieces. I had to lay pieces on the side. Now you can see it's a lot better, a whole lot better. Okay, there was a tripping hazard, a puddle, okay, and a big step that we eliminated. Now right here, we left this open because I have a pipe right here. Since we had to build it up through here, when water gets here, it's got a way to go in here and roll out and come out on this other side here, which you can see. There's our hole right there. We did that because we know if we built this up higher, the water may not have a way to get through, but now it does. So we solved this whole issue, that issue. Another issue was these rails were loose, but now I'm shaking them, they're not moving at all. Part of that being is because they're laid in here. I mean, basically we went around them, so what it does, it helps sit them back solid. Right here, you should be bricks right here, and they were cracking because the screws that were going down there had started causing them to bust loose. But now it's covered with stone. You can't even see it. These steps look amazing. Let's walk up them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can see, how that one kind of looks like Alabama, don't it? Anyways, this looks like $1 million. The homeowner, they're super stoked. They love it. They'll walk right out. They'll walk down these lovely steps here. Goes all the way to the driveway. Now, the other issue was this. Some on this second side, it was starting to open up, but this whole side right here was opened. And all the way up, and what we done is we opened it up more so we could pack it solid with this same kind of mortar that they laid the house with. We matched it up, and we have a certain way of doing it, but we filled it all the way in. Now, instead of in the future it getting loose and maybe a keystone falling, hurting somebody, or anything happening, I mean, anything still could happen, but now it's filled in solid. So no water can get down in there to cause future problems. So we solved this issue around this arch here. As you can see, it looks wonderful. It looks great. It doesn't look messy, it looks wonderful. And then you remember how wide this gap was. You could stick your hand down in between here where the steps meet the porch. But of course we filled that solid, and then we laid our stone on there. So it eliminated that problem. So there's a lot of things we can do. If your porch is starting to separate, if your driveway is getting cracks, if your sidewalk is settling, we could cover it with these stones, or we could bust it out and fill it with new concrete with rebar so it doesn't go anywhere. There's a lot of different things we can do. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Keep checking out other videos while you're here, and go to repairsforyourhome.com and have a wonderful, blessed day.